Page 46, the Piano Playin Chocolate Eaters Blues. That's a mouthful. Well, there's a whole lot I could say about this, but this lesson would last forever. Let's just cover the highlights of it. 4/4 time. They're sort of in C major, more or less. No sharps or flats, except you got accidentals all over the place. So right hand first. Let's get the fingering and the rhythm and the notes. Just here, starting here. 1 and 2 and 3 and rest and 1 and 2 and 3 and rest and 3 and 4 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Good luck. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Watch the fingering. 1, 5. And you hold that down for 5 counts. Second measure then is 1 and 2 and at the end is a 4 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a B natural there. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Cross over third finger. G sharp there. It's a blues scale. It's fine. Then go on. Eighth notes at the top of page 47. 4 and 4. Just a wrist action here. I do a 4 here and a 5 and a 4. But if it's easier for you to use 5 on all of them, that's fine. I don't recommend it, but okay. I think you're better off in the long run if you can learn to do that. I mean, we do this a lot in piano anyways, no harm here. And then you do that again, and again, and again. That's pretty much all you're doing in this page until you get to the last line at the bottom. These notes, they're all tied. You see all those curved lines? You're finger pedaling it is what you just hold them all down. Here, because that's the blues chord. And then the B flat E with those lines, that tremolo thing, I'll come back to that. Right now, just play it one and then the other one. Yeah, we'll come back to that in a minute. Left hand, you're down here. They're pointing out at the top of the page about the minor third, major third. I think we've already talked about thirds and major and minor and all that. Okay, it's nice to know, I guess. But the fingering, 3, 2, 1. I'm connecting this. And this is a blues. If you look at it, do we have the 12-bar blues pattern? Well, I got 4 measures of C chord. That's the first 2 lines. That's 4 measures, right? And then starting a measure 5, I should have 2 measures of 4 chord, which would be an F chord in C major. And I got that. That's F chord. I got 2 measures of that. Now I need 2 measures of C chord again. Well, okay. Then I want one measure of G chord, 1 measure of F, 2 measures of C chord. That's 12-bar blues. And then we do it again on the next page. So that's the chord progression here. And the top of page 47, the fingering here, third finger. So that's fine. Now, on this one, I still recommend second finger on that. So think about it. So in the second line, then you can go here, thumb. And then again, 5, 2. And then the next line and the F again, 5, 2. So the next measure is here. Then back down here. Then in the first ending, you're here. And this mess in the 4th beat. It's a triplet, 4 and a. Okay, what are the notes? Well, figure them out. 1 ledger line is an E. 2 ledger lines is a C. 3 ledger lines is an A. And that note is under it, so it's a G. And the next one is under the second ledger line, which is a B flat and a B natural. So that's a G, B natural. 4 and a. So it's a 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and a. I do the and a counting slightly before so I can get into it. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a. And then you're going to repeat back 2, where's the reverse repeat sign? There isn't one. Well, then you go to the beginning. Here. And at the beginning, on top of page 46, you see underneath the staff, they have a second time. They're telling you in the finger number, when you repeat it and you're playing it second time, you got to use thumb on that. Because you're coming off of that. So you use thumb on it. First time you're using little finger, but then you cross over third finger. And then you can use little finger on it. Otherwise, you have to figure it out yourself. Ugh. Let's go back to page 47. On the last line, these are all tied again. There's finger pedaling. You hold them down, play it and hold it down. Here. And that's held down all the way across while the right hand does its thing. And then you have a C and a G, and then a C at the end. Okay. Then put the hands together. Measure 5, look out. Look. So 4 and 4. As I play this is measure 6, as I play the A flat, I lift up the right hand. It's got a rest. Then the last line, measure 8, you're here. And that is a quarter note, don't hang on to it. And hang on to the C, it's tied. Repeated back to the beginning, and the beat is steady. Let's go to the second ending. You're here. 3, 4. Now hold all these notes down. Here, you got a C, a G, a B flat, and then a C. Then put in the articulation. Well, they don't give you a lot in articulation. Once you get to feeling it, once you get to knowing and you get into the music, you can add accents and staccatos as you feel them. If they don't tell you anything, it's up to you. So here, I'm just going to play it connected for now. They do give you the accent on the syncopated note, but you'd accent it anyway. Because it's syncopated, and you accent syncopated notes. Usually. That's a staccato on the left hand. This is the last measure on page 44 or 46. It's here. And now you can accent that. See if so forth. Let's go down to the last line on page 47. You hear? Connect all. And then there's tremolo. You're just rotating the hands. You don't have to do them together. It's kind of hard. You can mirror them, and it's real quick. I suggest doing it rhythmically, so it depends on how fast you can wiggle. So 8th notes are fine. You can do 16th notes, 1-ended, 2-ended. Start with the bottom note and the upper note here. There's a fermata, so you just hang on to that for a while until you know, hey, look at me, I'm doing that. And then the last note's a staccato. And it's sforzando. That's a major accent. Don't get just loud. Dynamic wise, well, it starts out moderately loud, and that's really more for the right hand. This left hand, they'll hear it. way down there you'll hear it. So keep it in the background. We want to hear the right hand in this piece. So it's here, somewhere around moderately loud, whatever you think that is. The accent will make it that note very loud, actually. Here, and keep the left hand down. About the same, but you can get a little louder and softer in there. When you get up to the top of page 47, this is loud. That's the left hand, the right hand's loud. The left hand's not. So forth. And then at the bottom, the last line, start this out and let it grow up to loud. Actually, you're going to grow up very loud because of this forzando. So it's sort of soft. Stay a little louder. Now you're loud. So this part is only about moderately loud. So it's a little louder. Loud. It'll sound better with pedal, really. I hope. And then very loud at the end. Not really super vulgar loud, just very loud. I want to talk about pedal, but before I do, I want to talk about this blues rhythm. Because it's kind of bothering me, I'm not doing it yet. But I like to do things at a certain level, a certain procedure, a certain approach. And I do the blues rhythm later. And right now, it's the counting. Instead of 1 N, 2 N, 3 N, we do it in a blues style. And they tell you 2 quarter notes is a quarter note and an eighth note. Well, that's how they indicate, or it's one of the ways they indicate blues. The idea is you feel it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And this way the triplets kind of fall into that 1 and the 2, and I mean they're very close. So it just kind of falls into a second line there. So forth. Then we can talk about pedal. We're using pedal to help smooth this so it's not so bangy and choppy, and then we use it in the tremolo to help smooth that out. That's more for overtones. And here again I'm going to push the pedal down with the notes or right after them. I'm going to catch them and I'm going to lift the pedal up as I play the note in the next measure so it overlaps it. So at the top of page 47, that last measure, you have to push the notes down first and then the pedal. Right after I play the notes in the next line, here, I lift the pedal up. Again. Again. The pedal. Then in the last line on the tremolo, just push it down with them and hold it down. And lift it up as you play that staccato. Lift it up there. Now there's going to be a little bit of pause before you play that because you gotta have time to get down there. And you're going to stop both hands at the same time. Don't keep tremoloing in the right hand. No, just both hands. Something like that. That's my impression of the pedal. Speed-wise, well, they give you a metronome. It's in the midst. Not a fast piece, not a real slow piece. It's just a piece. I don't know. play this with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythm. Not going to do any dynamics. I'll go really, really slow. I am going to swing the eighth notes though, so I'll give us 4 counts. Let's try it together. 1, 2, ready, and go. And one,